This is the Father Figure YouTube channel. Press that like button and press that subscribe button.
Niggas claiming that they real but really counterfeit. I keep a bad bitch with me just to count the shit. And I'm just trying to take off like a rocket ship. For them days I was broke and have a pot to piss. But hold up, I can do it with the chop up and Glock assist. My bitch say I don't trust her. I'm a narcissist. I just pulled me a foe. That's what my problems with. Any nigga move wrong or get these hollow tips. I know a nigga played solid, he was really fake. Say he had love for the gang, it was really hate. Free butt and free sleeves, we all make mistakes. And then my niggas out from chains so we can paper chase.
This the Father Figure podcast. I go by Inkface420.
I'm PG Dope.
And it's the day after Christmas, man. How was your holiday?
It was good, man, with the kids. Watch them open up their toys. I really caught up on sleep, shit. I've been so motherfucking tired from ripping and running.
I slept half my motherfucking day away, man. But yeah, man, let's talk about we was at Walmart on Christmas Eve, man. What was your, for one, did you actually hear what actually happened?
I heard 2 or 3 different stories, but I don't even believe one of them.
It's always his story, her story, and then it's the truth. So,
did you hear that it was a fight and a Walmart employee stopped the dude from? He pulled out his gun and somebody from Walmart grabbed him.
I ain't heard. You know what? I think somebody did say that, but that person who said that was out of town. My boy, he was in Memphis and shit. So.
He probably read it on Facebook where I seen it at. I'm like, wait, you telling me these little niggas got to fight and somebody grabbed the nigga with the gun? Cause what I witnessed, shit, he didn't grab everybody with a gun.
For real.
Yeah.
We literally ran outside to our car, and some of the, we don't know who they were, but they had guns on them, so we don't know if they were part of the altercation that caused the whole shit. But
made me realize I'm too fucking old to be running from some other nigga bullshit.
Man, I'm telling you, these young motherfuckers is ill.
Tell her what you see though. When you knew for a fact that it was off, what you see?
I just saw we standing in line. I see two. No, it was about four. Yeah, about four individuals. They clearly younger than us. They got their mask on, their hoods. All you can see is their eye. But mind you, nobody in the store wearing a mask. Not even the older white people. Motherfuckers just trying to get their shit. These motherfuckers walking around, mask on, hoods, and they literally looking like they looking for somebody with their hand. Well, dog, the nigga in the blue, he walking around. You know what I'm saying? You can see that motherfucker, but. I was just on guard the moment they walked in, just because they wasn't shopping. They wasn't
shopping. Them niggas didn't have a cart.
Like, even though we didn't have a basket, you know what I'm saying, we just went straight to, you know what I'm saying, grab, you know, we standing in line with our shit. So, but the moment I seen them motherfuckers walk down, and then like they went down, down one of them miles and shit, and next thing you know, I just seen that whole side of the store running. So shit, there wasn't no question. But I saw Bria. What
would I say? Bria Paquette.
But yeah, she put up a status and say, "Y'all be careful out here. Me and my daughter was at Walmart and they got the shooting right in front of us. They did not care that there was hundreds of people around. They really shot somebody in front of me." You lying, baby girl. I was literally there, me and this nigga. You lying. We did not hear.
I'm sorry, your information was off. Because 30 minutes after that motherfucker happened, it was closed. If somebody got shot, it would have been a crime scene, baby.
Yeah, because we stayed up there long enough just to see if ambulance was going to come or not.
I got to seeing people say that they was in there, and I'm like, well, I didn't see too many familiar faces.
Yeah. Like, I know there's a lot of people in there, but damn. You know what I'm saying?
I just took from that the people that posted, I don't think they was there. Because most of the people who was there didn't really post nothing because didn't nobody know what really happened. All we knew was some little niggas walked in, maybe 2.5 minutes after they walked in, there was a crowd of people running out. And as we know, black people don't ask questions. Man, we just got the fuck up out of there.
We out, for real. And, yeah, Bria, you just lying. I'm sorry. You just trying to get some. You want some attention.
Shout out to the fat dude I seen with a cart full of shit. Because you got away with some free shit that looked real expensive, my dog. Shout out to you. You thought, let me get my shit go.
Yeah, that's why I just really be scared, you know what I'm saying, going to places nowadays, man. And just being around people and everybody got guns. These little niggas got guns, minus no common sense.
No common sense.
It was kind of dangerous, and I just thank God I ain't had my kids, man.
Yup, same here, man. That shit'll make you react to shit.
But the way we ran out, you would have thought we did it and shit. You know, you hop in the back, I hop in the front. Like,
yeah, we running. This is the crazy thing. And yo, you know how you running from something in your head? You like, I hope these motherfuckers don't come our way. Man. And then you look up,
right behind you.
They right
behind us, nigga. What the fuck?
Hey man.
Man,
that was Christmas Eve for us for sure.
Yeah, that was a hell of a Christmas Eve, man. I never experienced nothing like that one. No. Not on Christmas Eve. All I was trying to do was make it home to my kids, man.
That's it. Small thing that for people to think about, go with you. Because bro first mind was go to Target. He said, I don't want to go to Walmart. I'm just going to go to Target. Then he went from, well, I'm just going to run into Walmart. The go with your first mind. We went to Target. We probably would have just seen a lot of people coming and heard about the story. Like, yeah, they were just at Walmart tripping. But shit, just it's a blessing it wasn't a mass shooting or nobody got to shooting. Because, hell, that's what I was thinking. Christmas Eve, people running, it's finna be a mass shooting.
Mm-hmm. That's all I thought, man. For real. Let's talk about, I just hear this word a lot now from people who are in relationships. What is a narcissist? How you
a narcissist? A narcissist.
Yeah, narcissist.
Yeah. I've been called that shit. And I did my homework on it, and I don't fit the characteristics of a narcissist. I think women is starting to use that as an easy way to point the blame at a nigga. Because they wrap insecurities up into narcissistic. They wrap delusion. They wrap all the shit that they will call you into one word now. Now you're not delusional, insecure, or just blaming. Now you're narcissist because you only believe into what you believe in. I feel like a narcissist is a person of the caliber of Hitler. And that's what I was explaining to my baby mama. Like, I'm not around here killing innocent. Because it's deeper than what women use it for now. But they trying to say if you only believe in what you believe in, or you just live by how you feel about shit, that you're narcissistic. And it's not that. Some people they just stand on what they believe in, the morals and values of life.
So if I hear a woman say that, basically you telling me you don't stand on what you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because, like, I had a situation with my baby mama, like, she called me a narcissist, but she would say that I'm right about everything, but when it comes to her, I'm wrong. I could be right about 100 people in this world, but if that 101st person is her, I'm overly wrong. And it's like, no, I feel like she more of a narcissist because she played a mind manipulation game and she played this shit against me. And it's like, at least I'm one. You know how I'm coming. If I feel like this about something, I'm not gonna switch it up tomorrow or 2 weeks later to talk about the same subject and switch it up. I'm gonna feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a manipulation word I feel like they using now.
Me and my baby mama be together 10 years this coming up March. And the first time I ever heard it was this year, probably like 3 October, matter of fact, right before Halloween.
That's when I started hearing.
And when she said it, I'm like, what YouTube video you been watching and to where you feel like I'm a narcissist, you know what I'm saying? And you don't know what a narcissist is? And I actually had an idea. I thought I knew what it was, and then I looked and I'm just like, this shit don't fit my description at all. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's just something like, I believe that there's certain women in relationships with actual narcissists, but I think that, you know what I'm saying, it's like a trend at this point, you know what I'm saying? It's just a defense mechanism for women to use to justify their own bullshit. That's what I think. That's just my opinion.
It's like the ruler, what is it, Korea? What's his name? Kim Jong-soo?
Yeah.
That's a narcissist. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like, people, I feel like you gotta use a definition of a person. Like, who can I say? They would say like Kevin Gates is narcissistic, but he's not. You get what I'm saying? He just believe in what he believe in. But then they'll go around and they won't acknowledge the real people that's really, because that's a powerful word to give somebody. You get what I'm saying? Like, you giving me more power than I got myself, because I know for a fact I am understanding of certain situations. A real narcissist don't understand nothing but what he say. It's almost like people of dictatorships. You feel me? A narcissist do things to make themselves feel inferior, feel more powerful. I don't do that. I just do things that I feel like I stand behind. If I feel like you should have played your hand in a different type of way, I'm gonna feel like that, whether it's you, the person around the corner, or whoever it is. I don't be biased of this shit. A narcissist really just like don't give a fuck about nothing to nobody but themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was that, then Christmas wouldn't have been had for nobody. So
for real though.
I just feel like that's another way of females calling us insecure or delusional, or and I feel like that's more dominated. That word is more dominated by women anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't even know you calling us something that I don't think a lot of men could be, because we don't have that much power in the world.
I said to my baby mama, I'm like, we've been together damn near 10 years. I ain't never heard you say this. This Bobby Shmurda first Christmas in 7 years, man. Do you think you know what he going through right now?
As far as what?
Having his first Christmas after being in the pen. What's that feeling like?
Man.
Or shit, not even just first Christmas, just first holiday after being, you know what I'm saying, locked up.
It's one of them, coming from prison and on Christmas, when they hit you with the piece of ham, an extra piece of cake, you feel me, and some mashed potatoes to make it feel like it, be like, oh man. But when you get home and you have that first real meal around family, you get to realizing what you was more important than not.
I actually had a homeboy who cried his first Thanksgiving home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. I really, because it was weird. My first Thanksgiving home, I can't remember being at my granny house, and I was the one that they asked first, what you more thankful for now? And I was like, shit, it's my freedom. Just being able to see y'all and get on y'all nerves. But, having them holidays behind them walls with certain niggas that you meet and shit, you feel me? It's like, it's a blessing to be able to come home, because it have been times that I had to hold my head up high for people that I was behind bars with, because they was going through something at the time. Mm-hmm. And it's like, us coming in them lower levels and knowing that one day we'll be home soon, I kind of was like that voice of reasoning for people that was going through shit. And getting home, I cherish it to this day. I ain't gonna lie, it's not a 24 hours that go by that I don't even think about prison. Like, even though I've been home 7 years, it's like, that's something that you don't want to experience. So, like, the holidays is special to me, whether I'm having fun or enjoying it or not. I know I ain't in a cell. I ain't got to lock down at a certain time. I ain't got to call, collect, and see what everybody's doing. You cherish it. That's what I get out of it. You gonna cherish your holidays a little bit more.
After being in the box for a period of time and being told what to do and when to eat, you know what I'm saying? It ain't really too much that can really ruin
it.
Yeah.
And they ask a lot of artists about that shit, which is cool, because we all want to know their point of view, but them niggas be in that bitch living good. I'm sorry. When you got access to money, you got people that's sending you money on a consistent basis. When you got money in the penitentiary, it's almost like it take you away from the elements. It be the people that don't get money, or that went through them times and they literally had nobody to call, nobody to write them, nobody to send them nothing. Them the people I feel like voices should be heard, because a lot of times people is, out of sight, out of mind. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't be, because I heard that in the joint, like, oh man, dog must have did some fucked up shit because his peoples won't send him nothing. But sometimes it don't even be that. People just be in a fucked up position. Family be left with that responsibility. And I feel like if you got kids, you can't expect nobody to take care of your kids while you locked up and try to take care of you. You have to choose. You have to sacrifice. I did this. I fucked up. Now I'm here. But I feel like we got to hear them stories from people that was in there that less fortunate. The indigent people, as they call them in prison. Like, because I seen more people in prison that didn't get stories than I seen people in prison that did get stories. So it's like, them the ones with the story, because it's really hard to survive in that bitch. Mm-hmm. And that's when you find out different talents in people. And people, when you put a motherfucker against that element, it brings something out of them that's naturally in them that they didn't even know.
Speaking of the joint, AR Ab got 45 years. But you see the picture,
all him in there.
Yeah, going around.
And he look healthy, like he getting healthy.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like how we was just talking, we at the age to where we can't even afford to do no prison time, man. Because by the time we get out, you know what I'm saying?
Life is damn near over. Do you feel like AR Ab? I don't feel like that Vlad interview put him there. I don't even really necessarily feel like that they used that against him. I feel like that was kind of the cap on the bottom. It was like, we knew all this, but now we got you admitting to all this, so close the top, we got you.
I felt like he probably said too much, you know what I'm saying? But no, I don't think that,
Cause he
was acting.
He was, yeah. And I feel like in a sense he gave more information than Vlad asked for. So everybody was blaming Vlad, like, oh, it's the Vlad interview. But if I ask you a question and you go on into something else, it's kind of like on you.
Go for it.
But I feel like the feds, state, all these people, law enforcement have been using like social media against us, and I feel like if I take a lie detector test right now and I pass it, and they try to say that I killed somebody, and say I passed the lie detector test, okay, so what? We can't use that in court. No matter how you try, you can bring it up in court. It could be a reference in court, but you can't use that as circumstantial evidence in court. And I feel like social media should be the same fucking way. Yeah, we know people self-snitch on each other and self-snitch on themselves, but I don't feel like you should be able to use somebody's social media account against them in court unless they kill somebody on camera. But it's so fucked up because, like, if me and you take a picture together and we doing a podcast, and say, for instance, I catch a case, they'll be trying to pull you in on conspiracy just because, oh, well, you know, and it's like, you should be able to do that shit. Because what I got going on when we done doing a podcast don't have nothing to do with your personal life. But they try to mix it in. That's where the RICO came from. Like, the RICO was built for
I
mob.
feel like that shit is so unfair.
Man, how the fuck do y'all go from indicting mob bosses under the RICO Act, because that's what they created it for, to the RICO Act was brung because they never could get the mob, the top, you know, honcho. So what they did was, instead of, they came up with the RICO Act, the racketeering law, to say like, okay, we might not can get the boss on all them bodies and all the drug dealing, but we know you orchestrated all this shit. So now they using it against gang members and people in the inner cities. Like, how the fuck can we be from the hood, never made $100,000 in our life? We might have had guns and did young wild shit, but we all as a collective can get charged with the RICO because we hang together and we do this shit every day.
Yeah,
that's a trap. Like, come on, man, that don't even sound right.
And then I think that was Tax Tone interview I was watching a few years ago. It was a long time ago, but he said something like, you can lie. You know, the motherfucker can lie. Nigga then got caught up on some RICO shit and just lie and say you was involved, and you know what I'm saying? That's a rap.
Had shit to do with nothing.
It's a rap. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, that RICO Act ain't fair at all. Life ain't fair, but the whole system they done put together for us ain't fair, not even a little bit.
It's almost like anytime they tweak the system, it's almost tweak it a little bit so we can keep hanging niggas. It's never to tweak it a little bit so we can stop hanging these niggas. Even with Meek doing the prison reform shit, I still don't see no big change in that shit. They not gonna stop sending us to prison or jail.
No, hell no. What you think of NBA Youngboy Christmas tree?
You seen? I ain't seen it. Oh, the all white ones.
That nigga love forces.
He love forces, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess.
I mean, when you got money, you can just do bored shit like that, I suppose.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I love all white. That's my favorite shoe. And I literally just went through from my baby mama house to where I'm at to my mama house, and I got like, maybe, I think it's like 12 pair of white forces. All I gotta do is clean these bitches off, cause like last year I buy and wear them until they need to be cleaned off, then go buy another pair. And I was doing it to stack them up. If I go put all them bitches in the wash machine, I think I got about 8 or 9 new pair of shoes. They all in the tote.
Forces.
I like forces over anything.
Oh, that's your go-to shoe?
Yeah, all white. And Timberlands. I remember the last time I bought some J's for the kids, I literally just bought me some forces. And then, like, when I was leaving, I realized, like, damn, how the fuck I got an extra $140? I'm like, damn, I was supposed to get the J's, too. But, shit. What you think about the WAC 100 and Charleston shit right now? You know, they back at it.
I think I still think Charleston White undefeated, like always, you know.
He the only one the internet can't beat.
For real, man.
There's
no point in even trying to get your point across with him, because if he feels some type of way, that's how he feels.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do nothing but respect it, though, man. That's off of the community work.
He do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, like I said before, man, I fucks with that nigga. Charleston White for president, goddamn it.
Yeah. If he went, I would have voted for him before motherfucking Kanye.
Man.
For real.
For real.
Because morally, I don't care what nobody got to say. Yeah, he have his moments when you be like, come on now, you ain't have to say all that. But morally, what caught my eye is when he said, I think I said this on the podcast before, I ain't sure. When that nigga said, all them damn gangbangers and shit that we all looked up to, now they all old, coming home from prison and they broke. What can they teach us? And I said, God damn, when you think it, then I got to doing my homework and going to look at they look, because all of them only was doing interviews because they was beefing with him at the time. So like, I'm looking at their attire. Them niggas got on City Trend button-ups and Burlington hats.
Yeah,
Steve Harvey suits. I'm like, man.
Charleston White make a valid
point. Especially about gangbanging in general. Yeah, it made me look at it because, like, being from Michigan, like, yeah, it's a presence here. You got, I think in Flint, you got more GD than anything, and then it's GD, and then you got some Vice Lords, some Crips, some Bloods, but GD. Because a lot of the Chicago people navigated to here. When them niggas started catching them indictments and shit, when Tookie and them all started getting indicted, a lot of them people came here for work, to work in the shops and shit. So they bring that gangster disciple shit here. Like, it's no BDs. I never heard a nigga in Flint saying he was BD. But, like, me growing up and claiming the blood shit, like, we never was official set. We was just ragging. As they call it in Cali, we was ragging. We had our flags and we put on for something that we believed in, but it was never official set. So we was the minority in the gangbanging shit, so it's like us against everybody, because when you look around us, everybody was GD. And they wasn't understanding. I didn't even know what the folks down shit was for a long time. I thought that was the pitchfork down meant that you was Vice Lord of Blood. Not knowing that's disrespectful to the GDs. That's, you know. So, like, the culture here was so different. And then tapping into California and seeing how serious it is there to how it's play here is like, nah. It was something that I had to realize, like, okay, you could say big blood this and shit. And I feel like it's only because we went against a lot of niggas. So it's like, I can say that, but as far as me going to Cali and they like, oh, that's big blood from Michigan, they not gonna respect me as that. You know?
And in Cali, you know, they killing over a color, you know what I'm saying? Like, here, like, my man's a crib, I mean, let me say GD or whatever, and then this nigga blood, they able to be cool, you know what I'm saying? And without it being a problem, like, if they did have any problem, it probably was over a female or some money or some shit, but other than that,
like in New York, they got a big gangbanging epidemic going on, but it's like they got the Chos, and the Wolves. And then one of they says, I was doing my homework, and it's like, they claim GDK, but some of them niggas is GD, some of them niggas is Vice Lord, some of them niggas is Blood, but they a set that go against the other set. And it's like, some of them niggas is the same, but they just different sets. And it come to get me to realize, like, the UBN, United Blood Nation, is through New York. And when I got to realizing, like, a lot of the California gangs, well, most of the California gangs do not respect the East Coast gangs, and I'm seeing why, because it's like, their structure is different. So, growing up, it was like, if you was a blood from New York, like how Jim Jones them was, I didn't really, you know, like, oh, them bloods, them the East Coast. Like, no, I was like, them niggas the fake bloods. The West Coast got the real bloods and everything in the middle. Because, like, you can go to St. Louis and they got a big gang following, and they really rep their shit. Memphis like that. Like, you get to looking at these different cities, and then New York so watered down and fake. It's like, man, I'm not saying that they watered down and fake, but my opinion is, it's like, if you blood, it ain't no way in hell you could be in the same gang as a motherfucking GD or a Crip and then go against another blood because they in another set or another gang. And that's what made me, you know. And then coming to find out about the Cali politics, you would think that the Crips beef with only the Bloods, but you got different sets. So you got like the Treetop, then you got the Inglewood Mafia family, and you got the Pyru, because I'm thinking everybody was Pyru. I'm thinking every Blood was no, Pyru is you feel me? That's their own shit. You got the West Side Bloods in Compton. Then you got the Crips, and some of the Hoovers don't fuck with some of the 60s. You got some of the Treetops don't fuck with the Bounty Hunters. And it's like you get into the politic of it, and it's like it's way deeper than what we see. So now I kind of respect why the California gangbangers say, if y'all on the TV repping this shit, you rapping this shit, we ain't tripping on that shit, but come tap in with us. So you can at least be doing it right and knowing what you saying and knowing what you a part of.
Yeah, man, that shit deep, man.
That shit deep. It's way deeper than niggas think, man.
That's why I just choose not to get involved, man. Like, like I played around what I claim coming up, but after having kids and understanding like this shit deeper and it goes so far, I'm just like, fuck. You know, we got people that's doing this shit after they done lived, you know what I'm saying, majority of their life. They turn 21, you know what I'm saying, they gang bang and they go out of town when they 18, you know what I'm saying.
Come back with that.
Now you a gang banger, like no, like I don't understand none of it, but I just feel like if you've been doing it since a kid, you know what I'm saying, it's more understandable to me, you know what I'm saying.
If you was born into it.
You know what I'm saying, why it's steady carrying on. But if you come from a good home and, you know what I'm saying, your mama made sure you didn't miss a meal and, you know what I'm saying, you had clothes, the latest clothes at that all the time, I just don't understand why. Because I want my kids to try it. Let them tell me they gang banging, or if I fuck around, catch a picture of them with hanging with their friends and they throwing up shit. Yeah, I'm digging your way.
See, like me, I got jumped in that shit. I don't even understand. Like a lot of niggas just, you know, it's like they was, I call them honorary gang members, because it's like, okay, you hanging around the niggas all day, because like they was already around, their daddy was from the block, so it's like niggas they jumped me in. So like,
I seen what is they called? Just a jump in?
Yeah, just
I seen one before, man, and I think it was some Bloods, and it was like 3 black dudes, and they was jumping in a white boy. And man, they beat his ass. They beat his ass, and I'm like, they really ain't about to let this nigga be down for the, you know what I'm saying?
And that's how you know it's watered down, because in California, bro, you can't be a white blood.
Oh, for real?
Hell no. Fuck no. I mean, they got white, you know, affiliates and what they call them supporters. You cannot be official blood if you white.
No, see, I didn't know that.
Hell yeah. That's why, because I knew that fact. When I got to St. Louis, when I was in the joint, I hit the yard. So they come straight, give me a dope call, and I'm already under the assumption if you get a dope call, be ready, because somebody trying to fuck you up. So they like, bro, you got a dope call. I still ain't even set my bunk up yet. So I'm like, man, the fuck? I go out here and it's like 7 of them niggas, 7 or 8 of them standing around and shit. I go out and they like, hey, yo, name? I'm like, no, that's my brother though. They like, oh man, you good, blood, and woo 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 woo. And one nigga was just locked up with him, and he knew that dog used to call my phone, and we used to talk. I used to send him money. He told me over the phone when I was fighting my case. He said, bitch, when you get there, don't gangbang. He said, whatever the fuck you do your time and come home. You got 2 years, don't gangbang. I said, all right. But in my head, I'm like, nigga, I keep hearing about you running the yard. So it's like, but he knew something that I didn't. So when I get there and shit, you know, I meet the niggas and shit, and I tell them like, they like, you rotating? I'm like, hell no. Like Big Bro told me like, don't even rotate. They like, all right, whatever you need. Ooh, we good. He like, we gonna have a meeting on the yard later. It's gonna be the head and all this shit. You gonna meet the head, the second in charge, to let you know who everybody is. So when yard hit, I get out there and they take him to their little meeting, and it's a white dude. He got tats on his face and shit, but he pure white. And they like, he was the head. And in my head, I'm knowing my gang politics a little bit that I'm not answering to no white boy, bro.
Yeah.
So I told him like, no, I ain't rotating the head dude. The white dude was like, well, if you ain't rotating, you know, whatever situations you have, we have to have a meeting. If the bros want to aid and assist you, they will, but we not supposed to because you ain't in rotation. I'm like, all right, cool. I ain't in the shit anyway. And I never got into nothing to where I needed no niggas, but they respected me. And the one time I did have a situation on the floor, them niggas had my back because they knew I wasn't in there doing no folly or doing no bullshit. But I just looked at that shit like, you know, politics only lasts for where you at. Because ain't no way in hell you would have had me on that yard And this white boy told me I had to go stab a nigga, and I would have did it. Y'all would have been jumping me.
For real though. Would have to be my ass.
I swear.
What would you say was your biggest lesson in 2021?
My biggest lesson? My biggest lesson for this year is, and I hope this ain't just for me, whatever this tell you to do that shit. I'm telling you, like, man, I remember the influence that niggas would have over me young and be like, oh, you ain't getting enough money. You ain't hustling enough. You ain't doing this shit. This year, I hear more people telling me to do shit that I already be having up here. Like, keep dropping music. Keep doing this. Just keep going. And it's like, you almost be naive to it because you telling yourself this shit every day, but you don't feel it. But when you hear it from somebody else, it motivates you a little bit more. And just seeing how this year played out for certain people, just go with your mind. Go with what your body tell you. That's your biggest intuition. When your body say something, you should just do it. I wouldn't give a fuck if you was just saying I need to go cut the grass this morning. Get up and go cut the grass. Like, whatever your body and your mind is telling you to do it, obviously, I feel like that's the way we got the connection with God. People don't believe in God, but I feel like he tell us shit in a certain type of way. Just get up and do that shit, man, because sometimes you'll miss your blessings just sitting around waiting for it to come to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's my biggest 2021 taught me. Go with your first mind, bro. What about you?
My biggest lesson this year, let me see, man. I gotta think, cause this year it went by so fast. This year went by fast. My biggest lesson, if you want to do something, just do it. Quit procrastinating, basically what you said. If it's up here, you know what I'm saying, just do that shit. Just because of this whole YouTube shit. I talk about doing this YouTube shit for 2 years, man, and, you know, if I wouldn't have just did it the day I did it, I would have still been talking about it. Not like the views is up and shit, you know what I'm saying? I got a long way to go, but it's just the point that I'm doing it. So, yeah, I must take your answer.
Yeah.
If it's in your mind and in your heart, do that shit.
Do that shit, man. I was telling my baby mama, like, she was like, because, you know, I be talking my shit, and I was like, I actually told her this. I respect a hoe that live in her truth more than a hoe that'll lie in your face. And she like, why? Because they both hoes. I said, true. I say, but one thing you know, a hoe that live in her truth, like, she doing it, it's principle. She doing it for a purpose. Yeah, I know I be fucking with these niggas, but this nigga do this nigga do that. And then you got hoes that don't live in their truth, that be behind closed doors, fucking this nigga and that nigga, ain't getting nothing out the deal but a wet ass. You see what I'm saying? Or got the clout to say that they fuck with this nigga or that nigga, and they really living a whole fucking lie. Because they'll feel like all the niggas love them, but these niggas just know you easy to fuck on. A hoe that live in their truth, every nigga ain't gonna try to fuck on her. Because they know if I go try to fuck with this bitch, I gotta have some money. This bitch ain't gonna want no
feel intimidated.
Yeah, they feel intimidated. But they're a down talker because she a hoe. But she living in her truth.
Just to make them feel good about their insecurities.
Yeah.
And that's the fact they intimidated by this girl because
she doing, and I just was telling her my whole principle was like, whatever you do, you have to live in that truth. You can't be around this bitch like I was telling, because she do hair. This is my whole principle. You do hair, but you don't promote your hair. But you'll get on Facebook and you'll promote sex or how you feel right in your moods and shit like that. And niggas will look at that shit and be like, okay, she easy. I can fuck on her. All she posts about is this type of shit. And then you get to posting shit with your hair and don't nobody take you serious because you're not taking it serious yourself.
Yeah.
So you have to stand on that shit. Believe in yourself. Push that shit, because a bitch who sell pussy, she gonna get on this bitch. She gonna be on her Snap. Fans only. Whatever, however she get her money or get by doing her thing, she gonna promote the fuck out that shit and not give a fuck what nobody thinking. We all have to have that mentality. Like, man, even with the rappers and niggas who really into that shit, they don't care about what a nigga gotta say. They really gonna promote they shit. And you gotta respect a person that live in their truth more than a motherfucker that it might seem like they cool to be around, but they lying in your face and they gonna bullshit constantly. Like, hell no.
I'm just scrolling, but this shit funny as hell.
The 36 boots. They around that bitch going crazy. Omnicorn, the immune system, the COVID beating their ass.
You got any goals coming into the new year?
Yeah. My top ones is like when it comes to entertainment, that's number one. I ain't even gonna lie. Stay consistent. Keep doing this shit. No matter how your body might react. Like I was saying this shit, like even though I might have a fucked up day, if I got something I'm scheduled to do, I'ma still pull through with it because it's me being consistent. And I'm living off this new rule that I came up myself. Like, just because my baby mama or relative or somebody pissed me off, you ain't do nothing to me. You get what I'm saying? These people that used to watching me on the internet, they ain't did nothing to me. So why should other people have to suffer for what somebody else done? So I'm getting to the point where this year I'm kind of like letting people fall off. Not saying I'm giving up or leaving people alone, but letting people fall off who's not benefiting my situation. It's like, just that's one of my biggest goals, just stay consistent. Don't let nobody knock you off of what you're trying to do. And then I want to be a better father. I want to be more, active with my sons. I got daughters, so like having sons now excite me. You feel me? I just found out like I got 2 sons the same age, so like that's gonna be something growing up that I didn't even have. I didn't have a brother. I had a brother, but he was older and we didn't grow up together. So having 2 sons the same age, it's gonna be fun. I want to get out and start doing, because they both won, so I want to do more with them. And then, like I say, music, and then family, and like just staying consistent, basically. This year is gonna build consistency.
I'm gonna say this YouTube shit, man. My goal, I'm planning to have at least 1,000 or more subscribers this time next year. But I know in order for that to happen, I gotta be consistent. So consistency gonna play a lot. And yeah, man. So I'm gonna say that's one goal I can think of right now off the top of my head. And let me see. Next year for Christmas, after experiencing what we did, my goal is to go out of town on Christmas next year.
Man, what you told me the other day, you know how many times this done played in my head? You said your granddaddy told you, you better start saving up the day after Christmas. I've been thinking about it like,
put $5 up today.
$2, $5.
Whatever.
I'm gonna just put that shit up.
Yep.
Keep going and keep going.
It's the day after Christmas, so shit, it ain't no reason to even be struggling when this, if you actually do that shit right. You know what I mean? I ain't necessarily ever followed that blueprint.
I'm most definitely gonna take a page out your book and try. Cause I was thinking like, if I don't save all the way till Christmas, I can do this until the 4th, and then start at the 4th and do it all the way to Christmas. Cause like the 4th, I know I got 5-6 pair of shoes to buy, 5-6 different outfits. So yeah, I'm gonna start getting ahead of the game, cause like that last minute shit is depressing.
It is. It is, man. Just being around, there's so many people, and it ain't shit in the stores. You can't get what you want anyway. You know what I mean? Damn, I lost train of thought that quick. Yeah, I'm gonna start following that blueprint and try to put up something that's every day towards it. But I don't necessarily last minute Christmas shop, but I just feel like if I followed that blueprint, you know what I'm saying, it'll probably be better than how I do it. That's for the most part, we used to do layaways and shit.
Yeah, or it was like, that's why I say go with your first mind, because this year was one of them years that my baby mama, her car was fucked up, and I didn't want to step in and be the one calling the shop and trying to, push the issue. Like, I was kind of like trying to let her get into a flow of doing shit her own self. But my first mind was to handle it the way you wanted to, like I would if it was me, because I know I got to the bottom of the whole situation sooner than we did, other than wait 2 days before Christmas to find out all this other shit had went bad. But I was just letting her, go through but my thing is like, every year ain't gonna play out, because I'm so used to knocking that shit out in November. I always speak on that shit. I'll be done Christmas shopping by Thanksgiving. But this year I procrastinated, and every week it was, they said next week. wait till next week. They said next week. And then when I seen how frustrated she was and it got last minute, then I stepped in and now I got a clear, understanding of what's going on. But all that last minute shit, just handling this shit, go with your first mind. Because if I went with my first mind, we could have been figured out the problem. The guy that sold her the car, they was going to give her another car, but he out of town now. He wouldn't have been out of town when I would have stepped on it and got this shit handled, and we wouldn't have had that carless type of situation. Because it's hard, Christmas time, and you ain't got no car. Motherfucker don't want to come take you Christmas shopping because they doing it they damn self, or they not doing it and don't want to be reminded they gotta do it. So it's like, I was in a fucked up situation, but we still made it happen. Them kids had a good Christmas, but I know now, go with your first mind. Sometimes it might hurt the person around you, or it might seem that you don't have faith in them, but you gotta go. I got more faith in my decision making than hers, so I should have just went with mine.
Yeah, this shit doesn't feel like Christmas or nothing at all. Don't even look like it.
You don't. Then, like, the epidemic this year with the drugs, so like that fake pill epidemic, and watching how many people in the last year or two we all done lost, especially in this city, over overdoses. And these is natural people that we know take pills, and it's like these people shouldn't be dying off of what they taking because they used to taking it. So they taking something that we not normal of having, that's not normal as us taking it. So like this year should put a big ass question mark on everybody's forehead when it comes to taking pharmaceutical medicine. If you don't have to take them, don't take them. But 2022, get smart, get wise. Like, shit, if it ain't for you, don't take it. We done took too many losses. Innocent bodies done been lost because people just don't know what they taking.
But you know, a lot of these niggas drinking that fake drink just for an image.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Inside's fucked up.
All fucked up.
Stain, all type of shit, man.
I don't care how bad you can rap or how hard you is with this rap. I don't care how much influence you got with this rap. And me coming, because like that used to be my lane. The pharmaceutical drugs was kind of my lane for a minute. 2021, you not telling me, I don't care who you is, ain't no real drink. I'm sorry. If you do, if you got it, it's coming from a source, and if they get it in bulk, I don't feel like it's authentic. I'm sorry. Like these cartels, they came up with ways to print this shit up, to make this shit look official. They got seals on this shit now. The way the pharmaceutical lane is set up, it's not easy access to that shit no more. So like, it's all the
cartel know how dumb our youth is.
and how the rap image is gonna push it. So you might got a couple rappers, the big guys who got the connects and they can go out of whatever, however they do it. I don't want to incriminate nobody, but whatever they do, however they do it, them niggas know what they doing. When you get to the lower levels, the street niggas, the people in the streets, bro, this shit is artificial as fuck. It's fake as fuck. Shit, I'm gonna be honest. You know what would be funny? The rap niggas be making fun of people that buy generic or replica designer. You get what I'm saying? Fake chains, fake this. They might have a real designer, but you taking all these fake ass drugs too. So what makes you different? You get what I'm saying? Like, you gonna talk shit about this nigga that got this fake coat on or fake Gucci shoes or whatever. He just spent $250 instead of $650 on his shoes. But then you going around and you drinking fake lean that you getting taxed for. Or you taking
who was that, Mac
perks.
Miller?
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, that was spitting on, wasn't it? Yeah,
on pills. Yeah. Juice WRLD, but I think he overdosed because he took too many. But still, it's like, man.
How many did he take? Did it say?
I think
it's like a whole bottle, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's what fucked me up. Like, even he should have knew.
He just wasn't thinking, I don't believe.
I think it was some quick shit. Like,
he clearly panicked. That was a panic move.
But the young rap dude from here, what was his name? K-Trip. He died.
Oh, yeah.
He died. They say he overdosed or whatever. I don't know the true story, but behind it, I think somebody said they got pulled over and he took the pills, or however it went. I don't feel like he should have died off that shit, but you don't know what you be taking, you know. And at that time, we was losing people left and right from drug overdoses. You got people that snort cocaine that's dying from fentanyl overdose because niggas is cutting this shit and don't know what they cutting it with.
Yep.
Or don't do it at all. And it's hard to tell people don't drug and get high because people got, their own life problems, own life issues. But whatever you doing, just be mindful of it. Use this.
That's why everybody wigging out though. If you pay attention, literally everybody is wigging the fuck out.
There's two reasons: them fake ass pills and the pandemic money that we ran low. So it's like you gotta keep it going. You notice that shit with all these people running in stores, and it's like shit, niggas broke. Niggas broke.
Really trying to keep up.
Or stay
Damn,
afloat.
cause it's crazy because they know they ain't about to get an opportunity like that again.
And I still say, if we didn't have Donald Trump in the office, we wouldn't have got that shit like that, bro. If we would have had any Democrat or any other president at that time, we wouldn't have had this. That was a lot of people like how you got your podcast now. That's getting ahead. I seen a lot of people try to get ahead, but then again, I seen a lot of people try to compete. And it's almost stupid to where, like, we can't compete with each other. I seen niggas really falling out and beefing over free money. And talking shit to each other over, you know, you getting your unemployment, they getting their unemployment. What's the difference? You know, like, you got a PPP loan, he might have got back pay from unemployment. But how the fuck is that causing y'all niggas to not see eye to eye with shit? Like, that shit was weird as hell.
Thanks for watching this video. Press that like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and share this video. Follow me on Instagram, FatherFigure420.
I'm PG_Dope 2100 on Instagram.
And yeah, to the next time.
Get out of it.
Different day, how do you do it? You ain't guaranteed nothing. This shit hit or miss. I'm just trying to press.